Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. This video, guys, is going to be a discussion topic video about, again, calisthenics and but overall, like, training and athletes. And this video, I thought about doing this video because yesterday I brought my schoolmates. If you have seen my past video, you may have heard me saying this. So I brought my schoolmates from class to this park near my university, where there are some bars, something to do body weight, and I brought them there just to show them how I train, give them some tips, about what I've learned in all my years of training. And it was a nice time. A lot of teammates of my schoolmates came, so I was very, very happy. And while we were talking between each other, I had one schoolmate that said that because I train body weight, most likely I have a very developed upper body, so shoulders, arms, back, all that stuff, very, very developed. But then I lack some like aesthetics and size for what regards my legs, and so I have this disproportion between my upper body and my lower body, and therefore I lack some strength. And and then he went on, like, saying his numbers, how much he can squat, how much he can deadlift, and so on. And this made me think, because I think that that's not true. And I don't know if you have seen me, like, without pants, or like showing you my legs. My legs are, I think, in the normal. So they're not really huge, but at the same time they're not like underdeveloped. So they're pretty normal. And I always say that I train legs 1 or 2 times a week, every week. So I'm not someone that, like, skips leg day and only trains the upper body. And so that made me think, because this thing is, a lot of guys especially think exactly like him. So they think that because a muscle does not have a size, so it's not big aesthetically, they think that therefore that muscle has no strength, or lacks strength, or is not as strong as it would be if it would be bigger. Now, this is a half truth, because it's correct that the bigger a muscle is, the more tension, the more strength it can create. But the strength that those guys were talking about was like overall strength, and that's not true. So let's explain a little bit the 5 things fundamental, I think, in every training that are gonna determine how you train, and the muscle, so the result of your muscle aesthetically. Okay, a lot of people are only concerned about the aesthetics, about the size, about how their muscles look like. But that's the least important thing. Believe me, that if you're a true athlete, the thing that you don't care at all is how you look like. The most important thing is how you're able to perform with the muscle that you have, that you got. So a lot of people, again, as I said, confuse tension, so the amount of the force, the muscular force that can be generated by the muscle fibers, with the strength of that muscle, so with the overall performance of that muscle. So a lot of people think that these things are the same, but they're actually very different. So if you're talking about tension and using the strength board, then it's okay. But if you're talking about strength and you confuse it with tension, then that's where things are not very, very good. And let me just make you like a very easy example, so that you can understand more the situation. So imagine someone that is training and his goal is being able to do a 200 kilos squat. Okay, that's his goal. He has also other goals for deadlifts, bench press, and other movements, but I'm gonna just take the squat exercise example. So he starts training, he starts adding weight week after week after week. He gets stronger, his muscles grow in size, so they get bigger. They start generating more tension. They become more efficient at lifting that weight, and even if the guy keeps adding on, the muscles become a little inefficient for a short period of time, but then they become efficient and they can do the exercise correctly. And therefore, after months and months and months of training, that guy can actually achieve the strength to be able to do the squat 200 kilos. Now, that strength is not going to be only quad strength. It's going to need to have as well a good hip mobility, good thoracic extension, overall good performance in all the different parts of the squat, so the concentric and the eccentric part, a lot of dorsiflexion on the foot, and so on. So it's not just about the strength, the muscular strength of the quads is about a lot of other stuff. But at the end of the day, he's going to be able to achieve his goal. So being able to do the squats with 200 kilos, one rep, one max rep, his max rep. Let's take another example. Let's take someone that wants to be able to run 42.6 kilometers, so one marathon, in less than 4 hours. Okay, that's his goal. His goal is running a marathon, 42.6 kilometers, in less than 4 hours. He's gonna start training, of course. He's gonna start maybe first with lower distances, training maybe running not that fast, but then he starts building up endurance. He starts building up breathing. He starts building up, his muscles may not grow a lot in size, because a lot of times endurance and size are two opposites. The bigger a muscle is, the less resistant it is. So his muscles do not become very huge and big, but they're very resistant. The tension, therefore, because his muscles are not that big, because his muscles are not that big, the tension that they can create is not that big either. Okay? So, that's it. So those muscles do not have a lot of strength. If you would measure the strength that these muscles can achieve, and with some like robots and machines, these muscles will not be able to exert that amount of strength, of tension, But then after months and months and months and months and months of training, those muscles become very efficient at running for long periods of time, and therefore, actually, he may be able to achieve his goal, to be able to run 42.6 kilometers in less than 4 hours. And he has achieved his strength. Now, the size between these two examples, squatting 200 kilos and running in less than 4 hours, the size of those muscles are completely different. The strength of those muscles are completely different. But is one strength better than the other one just because the muscle looks bigger? I don't think so. So, aesthetically, yes, maybe the muscle of someone that squats 200 kilos, it's bigger in size, it's more definite, maybe it's more like you could feel more muscular about having a bigger muscle. Those are all like personal and cultural factors. But at the end of the day, if you think about it, for the athlete that runs 42.6 kilometers in less than 4 hours, he doesn't care about the size of his muscles. He just cares about being able to run in that amount of time the distance, and being efficient in doing so. And then from then improving. So from less than 4 hours, trying to do the marathon in 3 hours and a half, then in 3 hours, then in 2 hours and 45, and so on. So improving his strength at running in long distances even more. As well as the other guy that was doing the squats. Again, he's not, I don't think someone that is, his goal is squatting 200 kilos is worried about his size of the muscles as well. He's just worried about the amount of weight that he can achieve. So from then, he wants to like improve doing squats with 225 kilos, then 250 kilos, 275 kilos, and so on. Trying to improve. And so, and that's why I told my schoolmate. I asked him, okay, well, do you want to do a race? So we're gonna do first, we're gonna try to do one squat with 100 kilos. And I already told him, but you're gonna win, of course, because I don't train with weights. So you're gonna be, of course, you're gonna be stronger than me. And that's, I'm not even like trying to be better than you at heavyweight. But then let's do this thing. Let's try to do 250 squats in less than 6 minutes. Let's see who wins. And without weight, just body weight. And then he looked at me like that. He said, 250, but that's a lot in 6 minutes. Yes, that's a lot, but I can actually do it. Can you? And in that moment, he understood that my muscles, my legs muscles, may not be very big in size, as I said. Exactly like the example of the athlete that does the squat and the running. My muscles may not be very big in size, but they may be strong at doing other things. Maybe being more resistant, being more endurance. I can do a lot of jumps without being fatigued. I can do a lot of frog jumps in a row. I can do a lot of squats fast, resting just a little bit and then continuing, not stopping at all. So you can see that the topic of strength, especially when you're talking about the overall performance, can't be reduced to the size of the muscle. You can't judge someone as no strong if they cannot do your own goal, your own objective. I wouldn't call this schoolmate of mine, I wouldn't call him not strong enough if he can't do 250 squats in less than 6 minutes. I would never dare call him not strong enough. But the simple reason is because he's not training in that way, and that's why his muscles are inefficient at doing 250 squats in less than 6 minutes. Because he doesn't train so. His muscles are efficient at doing other things. So he has acquired a strength at doing some exercises. But because he has acquired a strength in doing those exercises, that means forcefully that he's going to lose the strength in other exercises. In endurance exercises, maybe in explosive, in jumping exercises. Unless you train the muscles in those ways, the muscles are not going to develop and become more efficient in doing so. And that's why I think, in my opinion, the best training of all is mix. So mix exercises with a lot of overload or on weight, or trying to do the reps like slow, isometric, holds. Mix those exercises with explosive exercises. So jumps, like running, sprinting, and mix those exercises as well with endurance exercises. So being able maybe to run for some time, or maybe to rest less time. Most of the times an endurance training is as well doing normal reps, but just resting a lot less. So instead of resting 1 minute, you rest 15 seconds and then you start again. Remember that all of this is body weight. I'm talking about body weight stuff because that's my specialty, okay? I'm not talking about like weights and all the stuff. So the best thing is mixing. So that's why I do sometimes I do like isometric or exercises that can be like with some weights added, or doing low reps but control, maybe going slow, pause at the bottom, feel the muscles, and I mix those with some explosive exercises, jumpings, and I mix those with some like low resting times and so on. So in that way I train all the different areas, and therefore my muscles becomes strong at doing different things. Yes, they may not become like super strong in doing one of those things because they train for all, but they may acquire a certain level that I'm satisfied with, because my goal is being able to do 3 things in a good way. And so that's my goal. And that's it, guys. So I hope that this video was helpful for some of you that thought like my schoolmate, or if you were able to learn something new from just all of this topic and discussion. So I hope you enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.